Baby, welcome to the party.
Baby, welcome to the party.
Oh yeah, remove the bass from your voice.
Give me one in the head. That song is hard, man.
I'm filming you. You're not filming me. I'll tell you.
Lights, camera, action.
That's not me. I can't see those.
Oh, this is so new. Oh, wow, YouTube. Oh. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm back again. I know it's been a while, like the consistency hasn't really been there. I was trying for like a good 3 weeks and then a lot happened. I went on holiday, you know, living our best life in Portugal, But yeah, that really like took up a lot of my time, like preparation for that. I wasn't really able to record a video, but I'm back, and this time I'm back with a guest.
Me?
You didn't even let me finish.
Okay, carry on.
I'm back with a guest by the name of Christine. Yeah, this is like my sister, guys.
Yeah.
Love her, but yeah, we're back with a video, and this time it's gonna be like a sit-down, talkative video. It's kind of different to like my other videos that I have released. But yeah, I really hope you guys like the video. Judging by the title of the video, I guess you already know what the video is going to be about. So we're going to be talking about
Self-love. Basically, that was so anticlimactic, yeah. But we wanted to uplift you as young, beautiful black women and men that you are. We want you to...
They don't have to, I mean, they could be different races.
You could be... Depending on what the demographic of our videos are, but we're talking to ourselves, so we're talking to you. If you can see yourselves in us, we're talking to you. So we just wanted to uplift you.
Wow, YouTuber.
I'm not a YouTuber.
Yeah, guys, we're really gonna just speak about self-love, different ways that you can go about obtaining like the optimal level of self-love. Obviously, we wouldn't say we're really even at our like optimal level yet.
Yeah.
We're still getting there, but we're just gonna like give you guys advice. I would say a very important step to take in order to actually obtain self-love is to accept your flaws. Like obviously we all know that phone better start vibrating.
The thing is, I'm popular, so people wanna talk to me.
Okay.
One way that I believe that you can truly love yourself is to first start off by like accepting your flaws. So understanding that everyone has flaws, you have flaws, like it's inevitable for you not to have something that you dislike about yourself or something that you see as, you know, a bit maybe even abnormal or different to everyone else. But I feel like self-love really comes from accepting that flaw and actually loving it.
Basically, adding to what I was saying, sometimes if you think you have a flaw, that flaw is a fault within yourself. So if you accept that flaw and accept that that's a fault that you have, no one else can try and add to that or try and, you know, magnify that fault, because you already know that you have it. If you accept it and let it become you, use that fault and make it a strength of yourself. In fact, the fault that you have, I don't believe in faults because we're made in God's image. Like, God has made us all perfect. We believe that we're made perfectly in God's image, so that fault that you have is not a fault in itself. It's just something that you see negatively.
Or something that society has now deemed as a fault. So you now believe that that is your fault.
You can even spin it and try and make the fault something that's a positive attribute to you. Like, for example, I have gappy teeth. I wanted braces for the longest time. I still want braces. So I guess this is kind of counterintuitive. It kind of counteracts what I'm saying, but this gap tooth was once desirable before. A lot of people like gap teeth. Like, some people see a lot of beauty in it. So just because I sometimes don't see the beauty in my teeth doesn't mean other people won't, or that.
Yeah.
I can even see the beauty in it now, but when I was young I used to hate it. I used to cover my mouth when I was laughing. But it's okay to have faults, and it's okay to own them and let them be part of you, and just accept it. Because if you don't accept yourself for who you are, how do you expect other people to accept you?
Overall, so the first step is to just accept your insecurities and love your insecurities and just turn them into something attractive and something you love about yourself. Don't even call them insecurities anymore. Like, just change it.
That insecurity, drop the in, it's just security.
Honestly,
just drop the in, go on. Just security, and you'll love yourself.
And you'll become secure in yourself.
I think one point that can really help you to finding self-love is finding independence. So this could be financial independence, it can be independence socially, independence mentally, just independence in general, because once you don't depend on anyone, and once you're solid and you have a firm foundation in what you believe in and in who you are, no one can tell you anything.
Understanding that even amongst groups you are an individual, and just because you have a social group doesn't mean you have to now succumb to the standards of that social group, or just try to integrate yourself by changing your character in order to fit in. I feel like understanding that you are your own person, understanding that even amongst social groups you are an individual, and you do have your own personality and you do have your own standards.
And I feel like if you're in a social group and you feel like you have to change yourself, not only is that an indication that you don't really love yourself, you're not self-accepting, it's also an indication of thinking about, is that social group for you? Because you shouldn't have to be in a scenario or a situation where you're uncomfortable to the point where you think, if I don't succumb to these social pressures or these social norms or conform and do what they're doing, I'm not going to be accepted here anymore. I feel like if in your social group you have to change, you might want to think, are those friends for you? If you're self-secure and if you know yourself and within a social group, you can love yourself regardless.
Being able to be independent, so away from your social group, being able to actually spend time alone and reflect alone, like being able to actually, flourish when you're actually by yourself, not always relying on other people to be around you, not always relying to be around friends in order to increase your mood or boost up your mood, like having a good quality of life by yourself as well, like as opposed to always being with other people. I feel like that's very important, like being secure in yourself, like just being able to just reflect on everything by yourself away from everyone else, because I feel like often a lot of people just change depending on like who's around them, and they don't understand who they actually are. They can't find themselves in the midst of other people, because it's hard, because they find themselves trying to fit in with other people and norms. Do you get it? So when you're actually by yourself, I think that's a time to actually meditate and understand who you actually are, and that will eventually lead to self-love.
In terms of finding independence and finding yourself, I found that when going to uni, I was living by myself for the first time, and I'm from a family where my family, we overlap each other, like we love each other's company, we're very close, very knitted family. So going from that to a place of uni where it's just party, independent, study. You have to, sorry. But going from that environment to an environment where I'm the only one that pushes myself, essentially, because I'm looking after myself, finding independence is so important and so key. But I
also, sorry to cut you off, but I feel like that's why I also think uni is very important. And I understand that a lot of people say uni is not for me, I don't want to go to uni, but I feel like the skills that you gain from uni,
or even just living by yourself,
just by living by yourself in that uni.
Like
obviously there's a lot of negatives that come with it, but I feel like sometimes if you actually think about the life skills and the life lessons you gain from uni, it actually overshadows a lot of the downfalls and the downsides. So yeah, going to uni is like really important in terms of finding yourself and understanding that you can actually be independent, understanding how to be independent.
But in terms of moving away from a buzzing, very loving family to basically being by myself and starting again at uni, trying to rebuild something that emulates a kind of family, I think I was blessed in a way, because who I lived with in first year, like my flatmates, we got along very well. Like they were like me in some ways that they were different as well. Like we vibed, we got on like very well, but at the same time while I was there, I was in the uni bubble. I used to go home every weekend because I miss my family, but I do really enjoy the fact that I did, because whilst I was in uni, I was able to go home, think retrospectively.
I love the hand gestures.
You know what I mean? No. So I was able to be in uni, think, go home, and reflect retrospectively and see if I'm happy with how I'm living my life in uni, happy with how I'm conducting myself, happy with how I'm studying, do I need to do more? And I feel like being in uni and then going home and reflecting, because you're removed from that environment, from that uni bubble, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you reflect on the independence that you gain and you think, as an adult now, I'm no longer a child. I'm living by myself. I'm learning how to cook.
Yeah,
I clean everything. Laundry, I do that. Ironing, I do that. No. Cooking, I cook now. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like when you're independent and you're thinking, am I conducting myself well as an adult? You gain more of an understanding about who you are just by taking time out to think retrospectively and go back in. What I'm trying to say is, if you remove yourself from situations sometimes and then put yourself back in, you're doing yourself a justice and you're helping yourself to love yourself.
Something that really stood out to me when I was thinking about making this video as well was that in order to actually achieve self-love, you need to make sure that the toxic people in your life are discarded. That sounds a bit harsh, but like in reality, you need to stay away from toxic people, people who demonstrate toxic traits, people that you just look at and you know that, yeah, this isn't my friend, or you know that I need to run away from this person.
I clicked too hard. Carry on.
You need to start running, because honestly, you don't want to wait until it's too late and then you really see that person's character and you're thinking, wow, God, why didn't you warn me before? Wow, God, why didn't I run away from this person?
God is always warning you, by the way. You're just choosing to ignore it. I hope you've heard that. Please continue.
No, it's true. I feel like you need to understand that toxic people will only lead to your downfall in the future if you allow them to. I feel like a lot of people act so dramatic when it comes to, I don't know, spotting a fake friend or something, when in reality, it's not really that hard to cut them off. Like, literally just drift away and they will see that you're drifting away. I'm sure they won't disturb you. I'm sure that the person will get your gist, that they will understand that you don't want to be friends with them anymore, and they will drift away. And I feel like that's how you should do it.
I'm not older now, sorry to cut you off. It's not by force to be friends with people. If you realise that you're not compatible socially, you don't have to be their friend. I mean, you can be cordial, you don't have to be their friend. They don't have to know everything that's going on with your life. You don't have to know everything that's going on with their life, and that's okay. Like, it's alright.
Yeah, understanding that there's some toxic people out there, it's inevitable. There's always going to be people that don't really want you to do well, or people who would just wish you for your downfall, but just being able to spot them and just run away from them. Like, I feel like that will lead to you achieving self-love, because sometimes it's those people that actually lead to your demise and lead to your non-achievements and everything, and you're not even understanding that, and you don't get that until it's too late. But understanding that, yeah, this person is toxic for me, and this person is the person that's making me very unhappy, and just straying away from that person, walking away from that person.
Or people.
As
much as she's saying someone that might be toxic, try and identify toxic traits within yourself, because I feel like sometimes people see faults in other people a lot, but then when they emulate something that's negative, they kind of don't see it. Like, sometimes people get jealous. If you feel yourself getting jealous in regards to like your friend or something, that's mad. That's like the worst toxic trait I feel like anyone could possess, like jealousy, because you're so unhappy with yourself that you're taking it out on someone else. Like, you want what they have. She left me alone with the camera. I'm loving myself, self-love. But yeah, yeah. Again, 21, yeah!
This is my friend Michael, aka Mike, aka... What else do they call you? I mean, he wants to promote himself, he wants to promote himself, so his app will be right here, guys. In the description bar as well. If I'm feeling generous, I'll put it there as well. Yeah.
Mike has accolades, but we're not going to go into that now. We didn't go into my accolades. It's fine. But before Michael came, we were talking about toxic friends and toxic traits. And I was saying one toxic trait that someone might have is jealousy. So if you try and eliminate, if you feel like you're jealous, you need to sort that out quickly, ASAP, because that's a toxic trait that can cause your demise as well. And also, if you're unfulfilled within yourself to the point where you feel like you're jealous, that would affect how you love yourself. Because realistically, if you loved yourself that much, you wouldn't have that feeling of, they have something nice, I want that too. So you need to really sit and reflect.
I do feel like it's normal to have that feeling of, they want something nice, I want that too.
But use that to drive
how
you.
How you act upon that feeling. Like, don't make that feeling now lead to you hating on that person or not like supporting that person because you want that thing. Use it to, like you said, use it to drive you. Use it as a driving force to make sure you better yourself. So use it to motivate yourself. So you can even ask them, talk to them, let them mentor you.
Because once you start to eliminate your toxic thoughts and those toxic traits that you have innately within yourself, you'll learn to love yourself more. Because that like negative mantra in your mind of thinking about how other people do things is not there anymore. So as well as eliminating toxic friends, eliminate toxic thoughts within yourself. One point that I have is learning to love yourself through God. That point helped me so much. It just helps me so much in general. Like, whenever I feel down, I have the Bible app on my phone, so I'll read like a Bible quote or Bible verse, I'll create an image, I'll do a Bible plan. There've been quite a few times where I've done Bible plans with Ayo or with like another friend, IBK.
A lot of people actually don't know about the Bible
app. We do plans together.
People know about the Bible app group, but they don't understand that you can do so much within that Bible app. Like, you can have plans with your friends and like up until like what, 90-day plans, even more than that. Like, you can do 3-month plans.
We done a plan that was like the whole of May.
Yeah, and it's like after you read the plan, you literally write your thoughts in it, so you can share, you can reflect with each other.
What your friend puts.
It's actually quite interactive. You can even follow people as well, see what they highlight and see what Bible passages they're reading. I feel like a lot of people don't know that about that Bible app, but we're bringing you in.
Yeah, I learned to love myself more purely because I know that if there's anyone in this world that's rooting for me, it's God.
It's God, man.
If there's the man up above, if there's no one else that I feel like is on my side, on my team, God is always there to provide for me, to drive me. And if I'm doing like, if I'm not where I want to be in life, I just think God has a plan for me, number one, and number two, I'm pushing myself more to make him proud, not only to make myself proud. And I feel like, because I know that God loves me so much, why am I not loving myself? Because no one else is going to love me the way he loves me, but I can try and love myself just as much as he loves me, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Another point that we both agree on is that in order to actually achieve self-love, you need to be very optimistic. So maybe change your, switch up your thinking pattern. So make sure that you're a bit more optimistic rather than pessimistic. Well, that will really help in terms of obtaining like self-love, and we spoke about like different ways in order to actually be optimistic, because we do understand that there's people out there who are like defensive pessimists and people out there who just don't know how to be optimistic, and their lifestyle is just based on them being
the worst outcomes.
Thinking of worst, like bad outcomes, and that's how they do cope with situations, and that's how they actually live their daily lives. But I feel like being optimistic is so important in order to actually establish self-love, and we spoke about like various ways that you can actually try to be optimistic.
I would say maybe by making a list of things that you want to achieve, maybe even just writing down things that you're grateful for and things that are good in your life. So if you just like list things or write things down, and then you can see, wow, there's so many things, well, English, so many things in this world that I should be grateful for and I should be happy for. And I guess you can learn to love yourself more by realizing, wow, I'm actually blessed with everything that I have. One very obvious thing that we missed out, treating yourself. Take yourself out to eat. You can eat by yourself, it's fine. Take yourself to Nando's, eat by yourself at Nando's, take yourself to Tinseltown.
Go to the cinema.
Go to the cinema by yourself. I've done that before. Non-intentionally. But go to the cinema by yourself. Enjoy a movie by yourself. Pamper yourself.
Treat yourself. Go get a pedicure, manicure,
get your hair
done.
With me, I like putting on makeup. I feel like it helps bring out the beauty that I have. Spa days by yourself, like, I don't know, like bubble baths, skincare treatments if you're into that. Like, just treating yourself. You are worth it.
Very important. Very, very important. I feel like a lot of people go through like daily stresses. They go to work, they come back, they don't have time for themselves. They're constantly in the cycle where they go to work and they come back and then they sleep and they get up for work the next day. And there's nothing else that they do apart from work. And I feel like sometimes it's okay to just take a break and treat yourself.
You deserve nice things.
You deserve. I mean, you're working and you're getting all this money. You might as well treat yourself once in a while. The money will come back. Like honestly,
money comes and goes.
I feel like self-love actually comes from being able to actually spend money on yourself and treating yourself. Just don't neglect your mental state. Don't neglect your physical state. Like actually making sure you're physically well and
your
you're
body
mentally well.
One other point that we have is relationships. I know that we already spoke about having toxic relationships and how eliminating them could kind of help you with self-love, but at the same time, you can also have very positive, very sturdy friends around you, and they can help you, not really help you love yourself, but in a way like, how would you describe it?
They can contribute towards you establishing, owning your happiness and having self-love. Yeah, we did speak about not having toxic people around you, but I feel like it's very important to make sure that you have supportive people who actually love you and care for you and care for your well-being and want to see you do well.
And you can, one thing I'm very like adamant on, and I believe this point wholeheartedly, you can work on yourself by yourself, but don't isolate yourself while you're trying to do that. Don't shut people out because you're trying to better yourself. At the same time you're trying to better yourself, other people around you, they care about you and they love you, so they want to help better you as well. If they're really down for you, they'll try and help better you. That doesn't necessarily mean that their problems are your problems, because we all know that everyone goes through something. But if you're having a hard time and there's someone that shares and someone is offering a listening ear, let them listen if you feel like it's genuine, and like kind of take what they have to say on board. And sometimes venting, like for me personally, I find that venting helps me in a way, and I feel like once I've vented to someone, mostly I'm a day, I feel better afterwards, you know, and I feel like
just release it,
you know what I mean? Like once you've released it, that thought is not in your mind anymore, so you can help
having someone there that you can actually run to and vent to and just, I don't even just pick up the phone and just talk about your day and literally just run. Like, I think that's so important as well. Like, we spoke about how being independent and being able to be alone, but also having that person there that you can always call. I feel everyone needs that one person or two people, three people that they're actually able. Don't you think so?
Nah, some people deal with things by themselves.
I feel like it's very, but that doesn't last very long. I feel like having someone there is so important as well. I feel like it's okay for you to be able to deal with things by yourself, but it's not every situation that you can actually deal with by yourself. But some situations you actually need to speak to someone. You actually need to speak to someone, and I feel like people thinking that they can always deal with every situation by themselves leads to them being mentally ill in the future, because all that stress, all those problems are just innate. It's just in them, in their mind. They're not letting it out.
Just write it down. At least get it out somewhere.
Get it out. Yeah, honestly.
Work your way towards speaking to someone about it, because it is quite good to vocalize what you think.
So guys, thank you so much for watching this video and staying up until this part. We did want to talk about comparison, but we have to end this video here. If you want a part 2, make sure you comment. And if you want to see Christine again, make sure you comment as well.
I'll be back anyway, even if you don't comment, it's fine.
Yeah, she'll definitely be back. But thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and let's see you next time, guys.